So here we have a Delta single-handled kitchen faucet. It has a drip. So to fix the drip, I went to Home Depot and I bought the rebuild kit with all the components. Here's the part number, the RP77738A. It comes with that ball. But I also called Delta because they guarantee them for life, and they sent me this rebuild kit. And they said the ball should be good. So they did send me this for free. It's got everything except the ball. This was $34. This was free. To change it, you need a crescent wrench, an adjustable wrench. I have a brass brush, an old toothbrush, a pick, a set of Allen wrenches, and the one that fits in here is 1/8 of an inch. So you turn that up, you put it in here. You might have a little rubber plug that has a red and white side, so you know what side's hot and cold, but this one's missing. So I'm going to put this in here, back it out, and this handle should pull off. So as you can imagine, nothing just comes off the way it should. So I did squirt a little PB blaster in that hole where the set screw was. Wiggled it around a little bit and it came right out. So I put the set screw, left it right here on the countertop. And now you have to get an adjustable wrench and back this off. So I'll put you on hold. Okay, so that loosened right up. So you're going to unscrew that. I put towels in the sink so nothing goes down the drain. Take this. Look at it quick. Going to clean all that up. Now the next thing is this little white cap will come out. Pay attention to the orientation because there's a little slotted groove that has to line up. So you can get a screwdriver and pop it up. I'll turn the camera off and carefully pop that out of there without gouging it. Okay, so I wiggled the stem and pulled it up a little bit, and that came right out. Now you have to pay attention how this goes together because it's kind of keyed. There's a little barb sticking out that fits on the side of that ball. So I'm going to put that back that way. And most of the time the problem is these two little spring-loaded rubber washers in there. So that's where you're going to get in with your dental pick and pop them out. Okay, they came right out. And what you do want to do is pay attention to how they go back together because that little spring is tapered. And the smaller part of the spring goes inside the rubber cup. And it comes with new washers to rebuild this, so I'm just going to wiggle this up and pull the faucet off. There's that. And now I'm going to spend a little time with some paper towels and just clean any dirt, munge, grunge that's inside of there. And using my pick, I'm going to take these two O-rings off. And inside the valve, it was pretty clean, but I wiped it out with a paper towel. This O-ring here, you can see there's some mineral deposits from the water. I'm just going to get underneath here with a pick, or you can use a small screwdriver, whatever, and just pop that off. I'm going to do the same thing here. Be careful to leave this in place for a minute, this plastic washer. Alright, so here's the pieces of the rebuild kit. We are going to use the two new rubber caps and the springs. It gives you two options. We're going to use this one here. This is for a different style faucet, and I know that because that's what my old one. So the kit did not come with the new plastic washer. So that's going to go on first. That goes on the very bottom, and it will not fit over those O-rings later. So you're going to put that on. I'm going to take some plumber's grease. I'm going to smear it all around here and all around here where that O-ring's going to seat. I'm going to put some on these threads. I'm going to put some down in the holes where the new springs and washers go. And I'll be right back. Okay, now to get these down here in the hole, the easiest way is put on a small Phillips screwdriver or a small screwdriver or whatever. Remember, the smaller end of the spring is inside that rubber washer. The wider end is going to go into the seat. I'm just going to hold them in my hand and put that into the hole where I want it to go and let it slide down, and then I'll push the rest of it in with my finger. It doesn't want to focus down there. But that's the easiest way to get them both together into the hole. Okay, I got them both in. And they're spring loaded, so when you make sure they seat all the way down, but they'll pop back up again a little bit. So I grease the hole and I grease the outer ring and the top of those rubber washers. Now I'm going to put the O-rings on. Slide it down to the bottom. That's already lubed up with grease. Then I'll put the top one on, and then I'll seal or re-grease the outside of the O-ring after they're in place. Alright, so I put some plumber's grease on this cap. It had a little plastic thing that came as part of the shipping. Remember, there's a little knob that sticks out over here. That's going to go into that groove. And the ball has a little slot that's going to fit onto that. So we're going to put the ball in and then slide this over the top. I'm going to clean that ball up first of all. It's kind of rough, but let's see how it looks after it's cleaned up. Okay, it cleaned up pretty good. I smeared some plumber's grease all the way around it. Going to line up that slot with that little bump out. And that's all that goes to there. Screw this on, or not screw it on, just push it on. It's got an O-ring, make sure that's all slathered up, and it ought to push right down with a little bit of luck. There we go. Now it's them rubber washers down there holding me up. I'm going to make sure they're down all the way. They are. So it's just a matter of getting them lined up. Alright, there's that, and there's this. Before I push that in, I'm just going to clean this up. It's in pretty good shape, but I'm going to put some plumber's grease on those threads, push that all together, and screw it on hand tight. I almost forgot the faucet. So I wiped that all out real good with a paper towel, slather that up with grease. You really can't put too much on there because it only contacts where the O-rings are, so everything else will just get pushed out of the way. So I'm going to slide that on. And I'm going to make sure that ball is on the little barb sticking out. Put that on and screw the cap on finger tight. Got that all back together. With the adjustable wrench, I'm just going to give that probably another quarter turn to get it snug. Last but not least is the handle. Now it was stuck before, so this time you want to make sure you put some plumber's grease on that. Then you're going to slide that on. Put a little plumber's grease on the thread of the Allen screw. It's going to seat right against that little flat spot. And that should finish it up. So I got the set screw started. I pushed the faucet out of my way. We'll put this on. Make sure you feel it seating. And then just tighten the... Okay, so I have it all back together. We turned the water back on. I actually had to shut off the main in the basement, so I had all the water in the house running. Get the air out of the system. So with all that plumber's grease, the handle works real nice. Shuts off real nice. It had just a slight drip, and if you wiggled the handle in the right spot before, it would turn off. It's a second kitchen that's not used very often, so it wasn't a priority, but now it's fixed for free with free parts that I ordered by calling Delta, and you can get their number off the internet, and pretty much all they're going to ask you is it a single handle or two faucet kitchen sink or a two handle sink?